So going back to the story of your life, your family, and your parents, and it's fair to say you felt abandoned, right?
Yes, yes, like extremely. And shortly after that, my dad met this woman. Her name was Nikita, and they got together. A couple. I think a year later, she moved in, and then eventually they had a child together.
Hmm. Hmm.
And when they had that child, that's when things start to get worse for us.
Why?
She would make us breakfast in the morning. She
Okay.
would pour the milk in. She would pour the cereal. And on top of that, she would pour tons of salt into the bowl and expect us to eat it. My
Your
dad,
stepmom. No, no, no. Are they married at this point?
no, they're
No.
not.
So his girlfriend.
Yes,
She would pour salt into into your cereal deliberately.
yes.
Why? Why?
I don't know.
Would it
I
be
don't know.
cruel?
I would say, to be cruel, but
Because you were like the stepdaughter in a
yeah,
way.
yeah, yeah. I was like the stepdaughter. Well, she
Did
had,
you see her do this? Physically pour it
yes,
into?
yeah. We would see her do it, but my dad never saw her do it, and he would never come up to us to take, because some fathers they'll dip the spoon in there and they'll taste it. He would never come up and taste it.
And
So
he knew this. He knew she was doing this.
no,
He didn't know she was doing this.
no. So she would do this, expect us to eat it, and then we would eat it because we would have to sit there until we did eat it, and then we would go vomit, and then we would have to eat that vomit out the commode,
Oh, what? What?
out the commode.
Wait. Okay. So like, I just even thought I heard you wrong. Wait, so she'd make you eat the vomit?
Out the toilet.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Wow.
Yeah. So
Wow.
she was pretty cruel. Like she did a lot to us. I remember one time, my dad went to work, and something had happened, and she had been beating us, for some time. Then my dad, he never knew about any of this because he was always gone. So she would,
Oh, that's okay. We can stop. Yeah. Okay. So I'm still kind of like in shock. I mean that's a big. That's huge. I mean, you're a child, and this is how you learn about love. You know, yeah, at such a young age, and this is happening to a young age. What did that do to you?
it I would say it taught me that there are different forms of love, and people have different ways of showing.
How did you cope during the time? How did you cope? How did you not cope? Like, what happened after going through that?
Well, I would. How did I cope? Well, I guess I just keep going. I pick up this thing where I adapt, and I just keep going.
Hmm.
Um, it works sometimes,
Hmm.
but with her, it didn't, because it
Hmm.
just kept, like, things just kept coming.
Hmm.
And I found a way to cope where I set myself on fire. I poured alcohol on my arm, and I set it on. I had a little red doll,
Hmm.
and I set her on fire too. Um,
You said you set yourself on fire, and you said you set who else?
I had a doll,
Oh, okay.
mm, my doll, and I set both of us on fire. And she called the ambulance, and she basically told them I was crazy and I was acting out. So from there, I would say 3 weeks out from me burning my arm,
Mm-hmm.
her son falls and hit his head on a vent.
Mm-hmm.
She comes to me, and she grabs my arm and she twists it until it pops. And she would not take me to the hospital until I got down the lie that she wanted me to tell. And the lie is I fell off the ledge and broke my arm.
Hmm.
But based off the x-rays, the doctor was like, they kept coming in there asking, did you fell off a ledge? And based on how your arm is broken, you didn't fall off a ledge. So you need to tell us what's going on. And from that moment, they asked me to take off all my clothes. And that's when the social worker came in, and I had a bunch of webs all over my body from extension cords, belts, and all that stuff because she would hit us where no one could see. And sometimes she would even let my cousins come over and hit us for fun.
Wow. Oh my
So, you know, it went.
How many years did you endure this?
I went through this for about 4 years.
How old were you at this time?
I would say, well, I know when I stopped being abused, it was about, I was 9.
Okay.
And I ran out the house. I said a rat was chasing me, and I ran over to my grandmother's house and had on my nightgown. And she was just about to whoop me with something, and I just ran out the house. Couldn't do it. I ran out the house, ran to my grandma's, told my grandma a rat was chasing me. And my grandma was like, rat chased you over here? Yeah, okay. And she let me sit over there a little bit. But then my grandma also sent us back to the house.
Knowing that you were being abused,
Nobody knew.
nobody knew. Did you?
Nobody ever took the time to look and talk to us. It's almost like the kids coming up then we were seen and not heard.